Welcome to the first video of Chelmswood Junction for 2024. Roll the intros. Hello YouTubers and welcome back to Chelmswood Junction. I'm Peter. First of all, I would like to wish you all a very happy new year. Hope that 2024 is going okay for you at the moment. For me, it's been a good start. Been away on holiday for the new year. Apart from the rain and the wind down in the southwest in Dawlish Warren in Devon, we had an absolutely brilliant time. Went out on a train trip from Dawlish Warren all the way through to Penzance. Was an absolute little blinder for the holiday. Was unexpected. Most of it was in the dark, but we went on a train trip anyway. So I'm going to spin the camera around in a minute and show you what we got over the Christmas and New Year periods, and also explain the plans for the future of 2024, because I have done a video on my Engage builds, but it's come to a stop. Reason is, I will show you in a bit. But first of all, I'm going to show you the haul of bits and pieces that we got over the Christmas and New Year periods. So it's not the biggest of hauls, but it does me for what we got coming up. So my dear lady Mrs. decided that she was going to get me some electro frog points for the railway. We got a left and a right hand large radius, and we got a small right hand radius as well. Still got a load more points to get in the medium size, but that's for the future of 2024. This has literally just come through today, and as you can see, it's the usual smiley face. So we're going to quickly get this open for you guys. We'll try to, he says. Rip it open. And we have a pack of 5 12 section electrical blocks with the, I would say like the frog connectors that you can connect in the back. Now you can use these as black 12 and a red 12, but what I always do is I usually get hold of these, cut them down in half. So these are a 12, so obviously I'm going to cut them into 6s, so I can have 6 black and 6 red. That is in preparation for DCC side of the railway. They are very good items, they are. Also, my dear lady Mrs. picked me up a couple of Mark III intercity coaches. I've got the first class at the top and the second class at the bottom, and I'll just give you a quick snap of the codes there. These are going to be going with my HST set. Now, unfortunately, I did say that I was going to be getting a GWR castle set. Unfortunately, Tony from Tony's Train to Rugby, the one that he had set back for me, he had to give to another customer because the one that the other customer had a fault, so he gave him mine. He has ordered a new set from Gauge Master, but they're not due until April. So maybe in the Easter that might be turning up on the channel, but we'll see what happens first, because there are some additions coming out in April that I'm looking at buying or hoping to get for my birthday in April. Also, for the Christmas periods, this one is the... Sorry, this one is the one that my dear mum got for me. And this is the DAPL 2D-003-010, Class 52 Western in BR Blue, D1062. And it's a Western Courier with full yellow ends. And this is factory weathered at Dapol's factory. Lovely little loco. It has been on the on my little test track on my computer table, and it does run. All the lights work, and I'm really happy with this one. My wife also picked me up another Class 52 Western. This is 2D-003-011, Class 52 Western, BR Blue, full yellow ends, and this is a Western Invader, number D1009. This one is, again, another one that my wife purchased for me. It's a Graham Farish, Class 42 BR hydraulic warship, and this is D809 Champion, and it is in BR Maroon with small yellow ends. Again, all of these have been tested on my little test track, and they are working lovely. Now, these three are all DCC ready, so if you are a DC modeler, you can use these straight out the box. But if you want to use these on DCC, obviously you've got to get the chips. So straight away, there is free chips that I've got to purchase in the future to make these onto DCC. And the last one that my beautiful lady wife bought for me is this Graham Farish, and I'll spin it round so you can have the product code. And this is 371-012SF. The SF means sound fitted. It's a Class 08-08919, and it is in the Rail Express Services, or RES livery. Now, yes, this is DCC sound fitted. So straight away, this is going to be for the DCC guys to be straight on their layout. But Graham Farish are making DCC sound models now, and this one is included, that this can be run on DC, and it does have engine sounds, and it does, when it wants to, it will blow the horn, but obviously you can't use the other functions. But you can use this on DC. I will be going to the Model Railway Club at Worley hopefully next week, and if there is a layout that is up and running, I will show you this running on DC. So this is going to be a little product review, so that you can see this running on DC before it goes on to DCC. So that's the little haul over the Christmas periods that I'm quite, well, Christmas and New Year period, that I'm quite happy with. Now, news on the railway. I made a big mistake, a massive mistake. Now, when I first started building the N-gauge layout, I didn't really think. And this is where, seriously guys, if you're starting to think about building a layout, this is the part of the journey where you seriously need to have a think on materials that you're going to use to build your baseboards. Now, I'm going to spin the camera around in a minute and show you what I have used, and this is the mistake that I have made. The mistake is, now bearing in mind, this is going to be a layout that needs to be put up when I want to use it and taken down when I'm not using it. So it's kind of, it's not an exhibition layout, but you could call it an exhibition type style layout, because obviously it's one that's going to be put up, used, when you finish using it, and taken down. Now I'm going to show you what I have done wrong, and I'm going to take you over there now. So before I spin the camera out and actually put it onto the layout, these is what I've used for going around the outside of the layout for, you know, erection and stability. So these are, you know, the braces that go right way around. So the chipboard's going to sit on top of that. This runs round in like the rectangular arc that it should. Now these are 2 by 1.5. This, even this small piece, which is only about 2.5 to 3 foot, is quite heavy on its own. Imagine that going right the way around the layout and going through the middle as well and cross members. There's some weight already. Plus I'm using these for legs as well. So straight away there is a lot of weight to this layout just by using this. And this is the other side of the mistake. I have gone and used 18mm thick chipboard. Now this, even for me, now bearing in mind all the battens are not on this yet, not all the legs are on it, this is extremely heavy to move, and when I move it around in the kitchen, it's scratching and marking and digging into the lino of my kitchen. So this is the mistake that I've made. Now, if I say like I had a big shed, or I was going into the loft, or going into a garage, I could get away with using the big supports and the thick chipboard. I could get away with it because it's not being moved. It's a stationary object. But with this, I've wasted money, time and effort to build and get this railway this far. Now, as you know, I had already laid quite a lot of the mainline tracks at the bottom for the station, and they were slowly going round, and the fiddle yard was slowly coming up there as well. So I've now got to restart again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from 18mm thick chipboards to, I believe, 8mm plywoods, and I'm also going to be using a lot thinner and lighter pieces of wood for the outer frame, so it will become lighter. But the one thing that I can say that I've saved on is the big bits like this that go around the whole of the layout. These are all going to be saved, and these are going to be made to have for the legs. So you have the two legs going down like this, and I can also use these as brace bars between the two legs at the top and bottom, and possibly one at an angle like that, and I can make the legs as wide as I want them to be. But this was an expensive, really expensive mistake. Guys, like I said, if you're planning on building a layout, this is the first point where you really need to think. Is your layout going to be one that it stays where it is, it doesn't move? Or if it's one that moves, you've got to really think of what materials you're going to use. So the start of 2024 means that I've got to rebuild baseboards. I'm not going to rush this, because as you've seen, I've made a massive mistake. I went out and bought 18mm thick chipboard, big chunky bracing bars. I built it wrong, made it too heavy. My wife, she can come in, she can help me put this up, but it is, even for the two of us, it's extremely heavy. So hence why I'm going to have to completely rebuild. I'm going to have to replace all the cork, because the cork has been glued down with PVA glue, and it's extra tacky PVA glue, and it's not going to come up. So the cork's going to have to be replaced. All the baseboards are going to have to be rebuilt. But that's the beauty about my channel. I will give you, and I will show you my mistakes, what I've done wrong. So what I'm going to do, guys, is once myself and my wife are ready to go and get the woods and the bracing bits, we are going to film, or I will film, the construction of the baseboards. Then obviously, you know, little videos on how I put my cork down, what cork I use, etc, etc. I'm not going to tell you how to suck eggs, or how this is how you should do it. I'm just going to show you how I do things. Also coming up on the channel, whilst me and the wife were away, my wife played bingo at the holiday camp, and she won some pennies, or should I say some nice pennies on the bingo. She won one of the houses, and she has bought me a DCC controller. That is now in the post from Gauge Master. Hopefully that should be here next week. hence why the blocks. Also, yesterday, after we ordered the DCC controller, I ordered all the wiring that I'm going to need for the railway. So again, there's going to be a video from myself on how I wire up my layout for DCC control. Obviously, there's going to be a video coming up of the Class 08 being run on DC only layout, and also once I get a DCC controller, I could also show you it running on DCC control as well. There are other silly little videos, like once I get the chips for the 2 Class 52 Westerns and the Class 42 Warship. I'm going to wait until I've got a bundle of chips together, and then I could do a video of how I install my DCC decoders. Obviously, I'm used to doing it in 00 gauge. Now I'm going to be doing it in N gauge. So I'm going to be learning while I do the videos. So obviously, you will see what the difference is between 00 gauge that you've seen before on my channel to N gauge. So there's going to be quite a few videos coming up. Tomorrow is the Spring Steam Gala at the Severn Valley Railway, which I will be going to. I'll be going to Bridge North. I've done a few times at Kidderminster recently. So I thought I'm going to go back to Bridge North. So I'm going to be going there. So again, the camera's coming with me, the tripod's coming with me. So I will film, obviously, my day trip to the Severn Valley Railway. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Hope I haven't waffled on too much. If you have enjoyed this video, guys, please, as always, smash that like button down on the left-hand sides. And if you're a subscriber of mine, great big thumbs up. Thank you for joining the people that have joined my channel recently. We've literally just recently gone over the 1,900 mark. And now I'm hoping to have that push to get over that 2,000 mark. That would be brilliant for me to be able to get up to that 2,000 mark. It will be a massive achievement. So thank you all for tuning into my channel, subscribing to my channel. If you like my videos and you're not subscribed, please smash that subscribe button down on the right hand side. Click on the little bell icon, select all. Then you'll get notified of all my videos I publish in the future. And like I said, there is quite a few that will be coming up. If you want to carry on watching videos from my channel, there should be a link coming up here and here. But until the next time, guys, look after yourselves, protect your loved ones, but above all, happy modelling and Happy New Year to you all from Chelmswood Junction.